So, welcome back to my video, and this is the fifth video in the series of human treasure videos. So, we already know that the best human treasure is our own mind. Now, in the last video, I was mentioning about the person who is in sales profession and how we need to use the principle of pain and pleasure. Today, I am going to make you do a small activity so that this concept gets completely registered clearly in your mind and especially in the subconscious mind. So, maybe you are a student who is watching the video, or it may be a person who is working for an organization, be it government or private, or it may be a person who is having your own business, or whatever it is, or maybe you have completed your services and you are enjoying your retired life, what or you may be a housewife or what a homemaker or whatever it is, doesn't matter. What I want you to do is number one, think of a an activity which is very boring for you. Let me repeat it. Think of an activity which is very boring and you have been postponing it from a long time. So when you do this activity, first and foremost, I need you to please close your eyes. So I kindly request you to close your eyes for few seconds and only listen to my instructions. So let me repeat it. Please close your eyes for few seconds and listen to my instructions very carefully. Okay, so I assume that you have closed your eyes and please take deep breath for 3 times and inhale as much as you can. Hold it for a few seconds and release the air. Okay, let's do it 2 more times. Now, please reduce the speed. Hold it for as long as you can. Let us do it 2 more times. Please inhale, keep it for a few seconds. Exhale. Now, last time when you're doing it, when you inhale, say to yourself, all relax and just have a smile on your face and relax your facial muscles and take all the positives from the life. Let us do it. Visualize or think about all the positives from the life and inhale. Hold it for a few seconds and release all the stress you have from your body and mind. Release all the stress from your body and mind. So the reason why I made you to do is very simple, friends. Our mind is having tons and tons of information, especially during this age and time where we are bombarded with loads and loads of information through media, through social media, through TV, or through others interactions, and lots of stuff goes into our human brain and also to the mind. So we need to first ensure that we are at peace and open for certain suggestions. I'm not saying just blindly follow what I say or blindly believe what I say. I'm just asking you to open up your mind because now I'm going to instruct one particular activity which you need to do. So once again, I request you to kindly close your eyes. Once again, please close your eyes. Okay, I am assuming that you have closed your eyes and slowly listen to my instructions very, very attentively. Okay, so as you have closed your eyes, think of an activity which you think that it is very boring or very hard to do or very frustrating to do or it gives you a lot of stress. Number one. Number two, by doing this activity, you know very well that it will fetch you lots of results. For example, if you are a student, you know very well that if you prepare well for your examinations and read according to the question papers, you will be able to focus your time, effort, and energy and study according to the examination. But you know that this process requires you to research a lot of the previous year's papers, or probably you'll have to search the internet, or you need to ask people. It is boring, it is sometimes frustrating, it is a lot of hard work, but you very well know by doing this activity you will get a lot of results. The probability of scoring well in the exam is very, very high. So whatever the activities, I just gave an example of a student. It may be anything, whatever stage of life you are in right now. So please do it once again. So the first is think of an activity which you feel is very boring, which you have been postponing from a long time because it is very frustrating or it gives you a lot of stress or it is very boring, but at the same time by doing this activity you will get lot of results. Okay, so I assume that that activity is clear in your mind. Now please open your eyes, and now what you need to do is just write or think about the consequences of taking that action, which is very frustrating or boring, taking that action and how it will result and what are the results you're going to get. Let me repeat it. You need to focus on what are the benefits and consequences you will get at the end of doing these activities. You can do either by writing it down of what the consequences are or just visualizing the consequences of doing these activities. For example, the same example, I would go back to the student example where he or she needs to collect the question papers and research about what are the previous year's question papers and start preparing accordingly. That is the activity. And what is the consequences? Consequences of doing so will the result in the student being able to spend quality time and constructive time in preparing according to what the exam questions are and will be able to utilize the time effectively. Isn't it, friends? So, this is just a simple activity. Please do it whenever you are free and whenever you face this problem of doing the activity or taking up an activity which is very boring, apply this principle. So let me end this video by saying that in fact you have just applied the law of pleasure and pain. what you need to link is pleasure to do the activity, because you have already written the consequences of what will happen by taking this activity. So that is immediately going to connect to the pleasure. And pain will be, you also need to do one more thing, friends. You also need to write the consequences of not taking the action. Consequences of not taking the action will be the painful things. So the painful things will be the concept of attaching pain to not taking action and taking action to pleasure. Let me repeat it once again. Taking action must be linked to pleasure, and not taking action must be linked to pain. To sum it up. So, in the next video, I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to explain to you how we can take this further in our life and how to train our mind to use this concept of pain and pleasure. So, till we meet next week, please take care of your health as the pandemic is still very much on. Thank you so much.